Hello everyone, this is Bhavish. As you already know that this session is for GSoC and WOC. Hello everyone. And first, we will cover the GSoC proposal. As you already know that the in recent times, after some days, Google will release the list of organizations that will be having the projects in this summer, and you have to upload the proposals for them. You have to submit the proposals for these organizations, and then they shortlist you on the basis of that proposals and your contribution in that organization. So that is the part of GSoC, and it is very much essential for the second year students. And after that, we will discuss a similar type of thing. That is, since we are already here with the first year students in our college, and they also want to be the part of our college technical club, that is CyberLabs. So for that, we are having a WOC, which is a similar type of thing, like a GSoC, that is winter of code, in which similar thing will happen. And today we are releasing the projects for the WOC, and from that projects you will have to select one or two and something, that type of projects from the list, and accordingly you have to prepare a proposal for these projects. On the basis of your proposals on the WC, we will shortlist some of the students. Like, it is possible many of you submit a proposal for a particular project in a particular division, but all of you won't be selected. Okay, so one of the best proposals we will select, and accordingly then you will be assigned a mentor in a WC, and you will code for approximate of 1 month in the WC timeline. And later on the basis of your performance in that time, we will recruit you. And one more point I want to clear you. WC is the only way to get into the cyber labs. Earlier we are having the examination, but now a time we are hiring only on the basis of WC for the first year students. And this session is very much interesting, and I think that very much important for both of the year students. And since I'm not founding, the attendance is very high, so I request, if any one of your friends want to join, just message him or ask him if we want to join. We will wait for some time, and then we will start our session with Google Summer of Code.
So guys, we are first starting with the Google Summer of Code thing, and then after the WSE problem statements will be released. So I hope that most of you must be aware about what Google Summer of Code is, and the overall means what Google Summer of Code means, and how the general processes and general thinking process behind that. So what going to do is I'm quickly going to overview through the GSoC website, and like GSoC has launched its new website, but the processes and the timelines are somewhat similar to the last year. So I'll be moving a bit quickly here. So what the current status is ki the 2020 program has been announced, and you can go to the GSoC website and look at what are the announcements made, and what are the timelines of Google Summer of Code 2022. So as you can see that currently we are in the phase of organization application start. So what happens in this phase is ki the organizations which are willing to participate in GSoC, they the organizations which are going to participate in this year's GSoC, so they'll start applying to Google Summer of Code with their projects, right? So that phase is currently going on, and it's an important phase because and I hope that if you are preparing for GSoC 2022, then you must have started contributing to the organizations that you like, the projects that interests you. And so this is a very critical time to make the bonding in terms of the contribution, and this is the means this is one of the peak times of your contribution to the organization, right? So yeah, that's the current status of Google Summer of Code. And after this, the organization application deadline will come to an end. And as you can see here that on March 6th, the organization on March 7th, the organizations which are selected to take part, they will be announced. Okay. And in April 4th, the proposals submission link will open, proposal submission portal will open, and you can register and submit a proposal for the Google Summer of Code this year, right? So our main motive for the tonight session is to get you an overview of how do you write a good proposal that gets selected. Like there are a few key points that you have to keep in mind while writing a good GSoC proposal. So I'll be sharing mine, and then Bhavesh and Harsh will also share and their experiences and the proposals a bit. Okay, so that's about the GSoC in a brief, and now I'll be sharing my proposal, and I'll be giving you the key points of it, right? So just wait a second. So yeah, I'm sure that you must be my proposal must be visible to you. So the what happens on a project proposal is that many organizations where you contribute, many organizations, they have a particular proposal template. Like they give you the structure of the proposal, that these are the fields that you have to fill in, and you don't have to make very large amount of changes to that. So you just have to do your part, like what are the things that you are going to do in that GSoC. So my organization, that is the Score Lab, it's Sustainable Computing Research Lab. So they have also a predefined template, and we have to just feed in what we are going to do in that currently GSoC, right? So there are many organizations which don't have any particular project proposal, so you can easily follow any template from the Google Docs, or you can even create one from the scratch if you believe, if you think like that's the way that is going to work better for you, right? So the first page, as you can see, is just simply an introduction that yeah, this is a project proposal of mine, and the company organization name, and yeah, this is just identifying key the this is a what it is. It's a project proposal of Google Summer of Code. So uh, how do you write a good project proposal is that because your proposal can be a big, Like in my case, it was slightly on the bigger side, but on an average, you can assume that you will have a project proposal of around 15 to 20 pages. So it's important that you give a proper table of content. Like if someone, if any mentor or anyone who is willing to give your proposal a shot, who is willing to filter your proposal through his eyes, then he can quickly skip to the part that he's more interested in, right? So not all of them are interested in your personal information. As you can see that these are the table of contents. Not all of them are interested in your personal information or other questions or the project introduction, because they already know about it, right? So it's important that you give a proper table of content, because in cases when your proposal becomes long, then when your proposal becomes huge, then it becomes easy for the reviewers to just keep a note, right? So and even like this proposal had a predefined template, so I didn't have to do much. But if you're creating one from the scratch, then it's important to organize your projects, you organize your sections in a particular order. So what will be the what's the very naive order will be to first introduce yourself and introduce your project, right? So a brief introduction of yourself, like your personal information and everything, and it should be genuine, right? Because GSoC also takes your identification proof, and most of them, you give your college ID card. So it's important to give genuine information to it, and so that it doesn't create problems for you in later parts of the Google summer of code. So like the first question is simple personal information about it, and then there might be a section for it depends on the organization. It's organization specific section that if the organization wishes to know some more about yourself, then they can give you a column of a general questions, right? So like in my case, it was they were asking ki, for how long I am contributing to their organization, like what are their GitHub usernames, like these informations about a user. So it's not important for you to write in every time, but if the organization recommends it, then it's important, it's good that you stick to that, and you don't change it yourself, right? Okay, so this was the second question. Like first section is definitely your personal information, and if there are some general question or depending upon your organization template, you just proceed forward. So I'll just quickly skip through these parts because these are very naive, and you can easily do that. And what's important, it comes here from the section number 3, like how do you introduce your project. So before introducing your project, it's important that you know your project very well. You just jot down some important points, or some of the key observations that you have made about the project, some of the key informations, that some of the key refinements that like what you do, you just pick a project, you contribute to it, you have some of the characteristics of the project, you just jot down those points on a pen and on a piece of paper, just get it reviewed by your mentors, like clarify your understanding that this is exactly the project that I am understanding it to be, right? There should not be any confusion regarding in your mind itself that you are understanding your project this way, and actually it's not, it's some other thing. So that should be very much avoided. You should be very crystal clear about what your project is, what are the demands for from the organization to you in during this summer, and you should proceed further with it. So first of all, it should be project introduction. It should be not a very huge section, but just introduction, intro type of question, intro type of like what your project does. Like in my case, this was a generalized website builder, so I had even given the general folder structure on the of the technology of the tech stack that I was going to work upon. So these are some examples, like how you can just make it catchy. Like if you give only text and paragraphs, so nobody's interested in that, right? So it's important to make your project, make your proposal look beautiful as well, but it will look beautiful only if you have the enough content in it, or you have genuine content in it, you have important content in it, then only it will be matching with the animations, and then it will means it will lead a good impression to the viewer or mentor, whoever is reviewing the proposal, right? So this is about the project introduction. And it's important that many people, they don't write the project current status, because this is the way you are organizing things. And whatever is the current status of project, it will help you to determine at the end that what are the things that you have done, what are the things that you have added new to the in this GSoC. So it's important to note down where the project currently stands, so that you can very easily distinguish at the end. You can very easily distinguish what are the things that I have worked upon, right? So you can even add this section, and you can be creative here, right? You can add some more sections, some of the more informative sections that you wish, and you can even verify it with your mentors, right? So and this one also is an important section, like the project goals. So it's really important to understand your goals. It's really important to discuss them with your mentors. Like it should not be that your mentors will be asking you about your project goals through the proposal only. You should be pretty active in the community channels. You should be asking, seeking questions. You should be very interactive in giving them feedbacks, such that it should be like they should be they should be very well informed about your project goals beforehand, before seeing the proposal. Like when they will be reviewing their proposal, it's good that if they will feel familiar with it, right? So that's what my goal here is, to make you understand. So, and inside the project goals, you should be very clear about what are the deliverables and some description. So description is although an optional field, like you can even fill it, or you can even leave it blank, but I discussed with the mentor and he suggested me to fill it, so I did that, right? So it's important to, whenever you start building your proposals, it's very important that you keep taking feedback from your mentors. Like you complete a section, first of all, you just make a very very rough, but that should be at least 60 to 70% complete proposal, and you should share it to the mentor for the reviews and all. And as he suggests you the things, as he makes it more clear, you should be doing the changes according to that, right? So you should be very clear with the deliverables. Like don't be over optimistic while writing the deliverables, because your mentor knows what you are capable of if you have spent some considerably good amount of time with the organization. So just be to the point. Like whatever the organization is wishing for, just give them that if you're capable of it. And even and yeah an important thing to note here is that you can also keep some of the future deliverables. Like what if something goes wrong, like anything happens, and because it's a long term, like it's about 10 to 12 months program, so anything can happen in between that. So you should be ready about that. You should be ready for that. So a good way is to keep a buffer week for it. Like if you have some less work, then you should try to complete it within the ninth week itself. Like you should make your proposal like that, it should finish in the ninth week itself. And then you should go for some of the future aspects, or some of the extra deliverables that has not been recommended by the organization. Because that shows that you are willing to contribute longer to this organization, and it gives a nice impression to the to whoever who is reviewing your proposal, right? So in my case, I had some of the uh, future milestones. Like they had one website built over some other tools like JEKYLL, and I decided to migrate it to Gatsby JS and React JS. So that was in my to-do list, but I couldn't definitely precise. Obviously, I couldn't complete it, because the actual project only took about 10 weeks. But yeah, it gives a very good impression to the reviewer, whoever is reviewing your code, that you're genuinely interested in working with the organization. So that's about the project goals. You should be very clear about it. And yeah, this section is one of the most important sections, because it's a small, but it's the summary of your proposal, right? So this should be curated very very very, like very efficiently, and by very very carefully. And then comes, I would say, this is the most important part. If not, this is the second most important part, if not the most important part of the proposal, like the implementation. So how you are going to approach the things, like in the section 4, whatever the deliverables and the description that you have written, how are you going to achieve those things, right? So you should be kind of giving them proofs, like I have worked with these technologies before, and I have done this, I have done that. So uh, it's 100% sure that I will be able to do this. Like you have to make your mentors, make the reviewers believe that you can do that, right? So in implementation, you can just go into the details of the project. You can just go into the architecture that you will be working upon. And yeah, you can prefer going in as deep as possible, right? Like, not as deep as possible, that would be a wrong thing to say, but definitely you should cover all the aspects of it, all the hidden aspects of it, all the hidden aspects of your technology and all of those things, right? So whatever will be your deliverables, like you can create subsections with it. Like creating these sections, subsections, this just make your proposal look very organized and very decent. Like if they wish to go to a particular any specific section, then they can quickly jump through it, right? So just whatever be the deliverables, you just make a subsection of it. Like developing new reusable Gatsby components, as you can see here in the 4th point. So I'll just make a new section for it, and I'll just go through how am I going to implement it, right? So just go through what are the tech stacks that you're going to do, and you just need to give some of the, like, it's not compulsory, but it's good that if you mention some of the related works that you have done before this GSoC period, so that they will be able to understand, yeah, you know, right? They will be able to understand that, you know, and you'll be able to do that. So it's not kind of any proof that you are capable of doing that, but you can think it in that way, right? So and you can contact to your mentors, like what they wish to see in this section of it. Like I contacted my mentors, and he said me that if you can make some of the components like we need for our project currently, then it'll be very good. It will show your abilities, and we will be able to believe in you more. So I had built some of two or three some components from the scratch, and I had shown them, and they liked it, right? So this is how you should always keep interacting with your mentors. You should always, if there is any design, then you should definitely include it in your proposal. Like it shows that you are doing some genuine work and not just copying pasting from anywhere, right? So this is about the implementation part. Like more or less whatever you have written in your project goals, you should cover them. Like how are you going to achieve that? So and yeah, and another important section of project proposal is the timeline, because the whatever what the mentor will do, and this timeline is also used for official purposes, like GSoC, like the Google authority. They also review your timeline, that these were the timelines that you had to achieve before the first evaluation. So they will just keep a look through it, and they'll ask your mentors that has he completed till this milestone or not. So it's very important that you do some of the honest things. Like don't be over optimistic in maintaining in writing the timeline, that okay, I'll also do this, I'll also do this, I'll also do this, because if you will not be able to do that, then that might create a problem for you. And timeline should be properly discussed with the mentors. Although there is some although you can even coordinate with your mentors, and there can be some changes to the timeline, because you never know what's coming on your way, right? So anything can happen, and you and your mentor might change your plans and anything. So it's important that you can even write with asterisks, using asterisks, or just a note that this timeline is flexible and can be changed according to mentor suggestion, right? So this timeline, yeah, talking about the timeline specifically. So in GSoC, what you generally do is that you make a timeline for all of the weeks. You can even do it for 2 weeks, but it's important that you do it per week itself, because that will make more sense. And it will also help you in tracking your progress, right? So you will coming back to this timeline a lot. After every week, you'll just judge yourself that okay, I had to do this much in this week, and I have completed that, so I need to pace up, or I can go with this pace. Yeah, so it's important to complete the project on time, the timeline. So this section is also one of the very most important sections of this project. And yeah, this section is not mandatory, but it's recommended that you write a section for post GSoC, because it gives a very good impression to the mentors or to the organizing company, that what you will do after GSoC. Are you there contributing only for GSoC, or only for the sake of the name of Google, or are you definitely planning to contribute to it in later half after the GSoC is completed? So it's important, not important, but it's voluntarily, but it's recommended from my side that you write some deliverables, that what are the things, what are your plans after GSoC period gets completed, right? So here it's not exactly a deliverable, and mentors will not be able to mentors they will not be judging you for this, but it's good. It gives a good impression to the mentor that yeah, you will not leave this organization after the GSoC ends, but you'll keep contributing to it, है ना? So and then yeah, so as I said, ki you will have to make the mentors believe that you have done similar work, and you will be able to do that. So it's important to note on your contributions to the organization, whatever you have done till now. So it can be even very basic. You can even note down some of very very small contributions. It's like first what I was doing first, okay, I just changed some of the links that were pointed to the wrong directions, and these are the things. But these may appear to be very small, but for organization it means, right? This is how you start your open source journey, right? So just note down all of your contributions that you have done to the organization till now. It will also give you a very genuine impression to the organization, that yeah, you are quite active in this organization. if they will give you that project, then you will be able to complete it very very easily or smoothly. There'll not be any problem. So yeah, this is more of like again, I'll say this is not any proof that you don't need to prove anybody how capable you are, but it's good. It gives a good impression, and it also tells about your abilities, that these are the things that you have done, and if your project is similar, then you'll also be able to do that. So yeah, that's it. And don't forget to mention some of your open source contributions, because one open source organization is also attached to some many other open source organizations, and it will make your proposal strong and make it stand out from the crowd, right? So if you have other open source contributions, then you should definitely point it down. But although it's a voluntary section, it's not compulsory. But you can always discuss with your mentor, right? That's what you should always keep interacting with your mentor. That's very important. You Cause it should not be like the mentor will be seeing your proposal only while reviewing. So in that case, it will just be a common proposal, like it will just be a common proposal among thousands of proposals. It will not stand out from the crowd, right? So he should be knowing about your proposal way beforehand. You should just share you just share a Google Drive link to him and just give him the edit access. Don't give him edit access, give him the commenter access. Making a commenter, he can comment whichever sections he needs, he will need to improve, right? So that's about it. And you can even, if you wish, you can even add a section for yourself, like why it's only you that who should be selected for the project. And here you can be quite greedy. Here you can express yourself, like what are the things that you have done. It's not bad key you are telling that, okay, I have done this, these are my abilities, and I'm backing my abilities. So you can add this section. It shows how confident you are for that project. And yeah, this is how. And at last, the references, this is also an optional section. If you wish, then you can do that, these references section. So this is more or less about how you should write a good proposal. Like this got selected, so I'm considering it that yeah, it's one of the good project, one of the good proposals from the last year. So yeah, that's about the proposal part for mine. And it was talking about my project. Yeah, I'll just talk about the tech stacks of my project, so that you because there are some other proposals who will also involve a bit of machine learning and Android development, so you will get a lot of coverage from that. So this is mainly based on web project. The tech stacks used were Gatsby.js, React.js, Node.js, and JavaScript. And some of the for the designing part, some of the Figma and other things were also used, which I didn't know at that time, but I decided to learn it, right? So yeah, that's about my project. And I'll just stop my stream. I'll just stop my screen, and Harsh Mishra, he will be now continuing with you with his proposal, right? So guys, thank you, and all the best for your proposals.
Am I audible now? Okay, so thanks, yes, for sharing your insights. Hi there, this is Harsh, and I'm going to share some add-ons. Okay, so let me share my screen.
Hi everyone. Sorry, there is a technical issue with the Harsh, so he was not able to continue. And now I am going to explain you regarding the GSoC proposal of myself. And uh, one more things I want to clear you. First of all, I am really sorry for the disturbances that happened there. And now I want to give you an insight of GSoC. Like in the GSoC, there are two types of projects basically. One type of uh, first of all, can you let me know like is my voice is audible to you all or not? Just reply in the chat section so I can start continue. I can continue. Okay, okay, got it. Thanks. So now I want to let you know, like in the GSoC, there are two types of projects, and there are we can say there are two types of things that happen during the GSoC period. As you already know, like in the November or December time, people or students will start contributing and finding out the organization. And I think you will remember, like during that time also we had taken a session on the similar like of things, like how you have to select the organization and all of these things. Okay, so first type of projects in the GSoC that were launched is already existing project. First project is already existing project, and second type of project that are launched in the GSoC are the new projects. Every time the ratio will be something about 80 to 20, we can say. Like 80% of projects are those which are already existing, and their repos are already being there and being maintained by the organizations. And there is a chance like in every year the Google will allow the organization to start or to sponsor a new project. Okay, so if the repo is already exist there and the project is already existing, okay, so on that type of projects you need to contribute from November something. Why I am telling that because the mm, proposal will be launched, means the organizations will be launched in the month of March, and organizations will be launched in the month of March, and the proposal will be submitted during the April time. And the organization repo is already existing, the project repo is already existing, so users are contributing a lot on that repo. And what matters in that type of proposal is that from how long you are contributing to that project and how many PRs you have raised to solve the issues on that project. Okay, that is the main concern on that type of projects. Means I am telling, if you are means if you are trying to contribute on a project that is already existing, try to contribute from the month of November and December. That is the time for that type of projects to start contributing. In that phase, you will have a 2 to 3 months of time, and in the 2 to 3 months, you will raise a sufficient number of PRs so that your proposal will get selected. Okay. Now, second type of projects that I am explaining is the new projects. Means every time organizations will go to the Google and say, na, like similar type of things will happen. Like we are going to the organizations and we are telling that I can make out that project and these are the things. Can you select me for this project? Okay, similar type of thing will happen from the organization side to the Google. Like organizations will go to the Google and say, like, we are having this projects, can you sponsor us for that projects through your summer program, that is Google Summer of Code. So organizational will show the new projects as well to the Google, but it is very rare chance like new projects will get selected. Okay, because the existing projects are having are means earning the money and having the trust on them, but launching a new thing is not means it is not sure na it will work. Okay, so that's the thing. So the ratio could be 80 to 20, like new projects are less in number. Okay, but if the project is new and it is fixed, like if the new projects will be launched in the month of February, like February or March, when the organization launches their organization list. Okay, means ki when the Google launches, like these organizations are being selected During that time you will get to know like this project is new one and its repo is not existing till now, and you can contribute on that. Now the main point comes to the picture is like, since that project repo is not already existing, so there is not any point to contribute on that. Means how can you contribute like if the repo is not existing? It is the start of that project. You are just putting the first brick of that particular uh, house, we can say. Okay. uh, so I hope you are clear with the two types of project that that I want to convey to you. Okay. Now the plus both of these projects will have their own plus points and minus points. Now I want to say like, if you have not selected any of the projects till now, you have not shortlisted any of the organizations, so you don't need to worry about that. But if you are means like having the good development skills, and you can contribute on any of the projects, you can learn the new tech stacks. One more point I want to tell you, like in the GSoC means period in the summer, if you are a part of that such type of programs, your learning curve is very high. Means you will learn exponentially. You need to learn a lot of new technologies which you have not heard about, and all of these things will be done by yourself. Like it is not a thing someone will come and teach you the whole thing. It is not will be the thing. So if you are ready for all of these things, okay, then you can start finding out the new organizations uh, during my time there are the various new projects that were launched, which are the start of which are very new projects. Their repos, even their repos are not existing, their ideas are very new. Okay. But Google has selected that particular project, so it will be going in the summer. It is clear it is going in the summer, and some student will be selected across that project. So why don't you try for that project? Okay. So that point I want to convey. So if you have not till now selected your organization and you are just clueless, so you don't need to worry about that. Just the thing is, you need to means you need to spend a lot of time. You need to put double of your efforts. Like a person is contributing from the November, you have to put three times the efforts that then compared to that person. Why I'm telling? Because your proposal matters a lot in that case. Why? Because you are not having any PRs, you are not having any issues that you have solved, you have not having any contributions to show. So what are the contributions in that type of projects, and what are the demands of the organization in that type of projects, that I want to convey to you. And I want to means I want to give you an insight like what my project is. And uh, basically from the November I am contributing on a different projects from the November and December, and later on the Feb on the March basically I came to know about a project, and I'm really very much interested in that project, and I learned a lot of technologies for that, and I have submitted the proposal for that project. That is a new project. Means its repo is existing, but it was work was means it is very new project. Repo was existing, but they want to develop that project in a new phase. Okay, so for that project I have submitted the proposal and with all of these things, so I can give you a better idea on that type of projects. Okay. And I think like Yash is already explained you for the projects that he's contributing from the November and December. Okay. uh, any doubt till now? Like if you have any doubt, and later on we will move on to our proposal and anything. Sir, how will I look for individual customers? uh, Someone asked a question like how will we know like which project is going to be select participating in the next year? Basically you need to research a lot for that type of thing. In the last session, like with how you have to select your organization, the last session related to the GSoC happened on that channel, CyberLabs. In that channel we have explained these type of questions, how can you answer. Like in the last session, Aman Dwivedi has showed you a tracker type of thing as well, like how much chances of a project is having to be selected in a uh, GSoC as well. Okay, so how you can select? Basically, you need to go to the forums of that particular organization. You need to discuss the mentors and you need to discuss the people's like how much it is having a chances and uh, means basically you will came to know from the conversation that is happening from that side. Okay. Uh, So from the conversations that are happening on the public forums of that organization, from there you can get an idea like the project is going to be selected or not, and it is not a thing like there is not anything which can tell you like if this project will be selected and 100%. It is not a thing like. And second thing that is major importance is like if the organization is in the require of that project, like you can expect the case if the project is means if some of the work is done on the project and then project will be completed and organization will be earning a lot of money from that project, so you can expect like the organization will raise this project to the Google. Okay, so these type of things means matters a lot in selecting a project. And but it will be a better thing like if you refer to our last videos for that ki how we have to select our organization and how we can decide like a project is going to be selected or not. Is GSoC now required for the recruitment? No, it is just for your career development. Like if you want to try for a GSoC, these videos will really help you. Okay, but for the recruitment, GSoC is not necessary. Sir, if I get two chances in a GSoC, are these two successful in terms of acceptance? I didn't get your question basically, Yashasvi. Uh, if I get two chances in the GSoC, means to say like in a 2 years, in a second year and third year, are these two successful in terms of accepting of the proposal? Um, or any attempt, including successful and unsuccessful. I didn't get like what you means to say by two chances in a GSoC and accepting. Sir, I get overwhelmed by large code base. Any tips for that? Yeah, it is the thing. Like it means you are a coder. Okay, if you are overwhelmed by a large code base in any, okay, basically the code base is definitely code base will be large. Yeah, you are working on a very huge code base and you don't know even ki thousands of persons are working on the same code base. Like the repo on which I have written the code, I remember like 500 to 700 people are contributed over that repo. Okay, and the if you are going to count that the number of lines that written on that particular code is far more than 10 lakh 20 lakh by really matlab code base is very huge. So to start with that, how you can go is you should means first find out the issues on that particular repo basically. uh, Before that means I am telling before going to the issues you must clone that repo, and after cloning that repo you should go to its readme file and how to contribute on that project that file. These two files will give you an idea like what are the tech stacks being used in that particular project. Means many organization holders will write the tech stack of that particular project in their readme or in a how to contribute these or vips. Okay, so from there you need to learn about the what are the tech stacks being used in that particular project. And once you get to know the tech stacks, you should find out like this tech stack is very much unknown for me. I had not used it, I had not listened even its name before it. Okay, then you must go and learn that tech stack. Okay, the basic knowledge of the tech stacks you must have so you can understand the code base. Okay, later on you should start with the issues. Like you should not go to the very large issues or majorly on the organization's repo you will find the issues with the tag like hard, medium, or with a difficulty level and even with the priority level. Okay, with these type of tags you will find there, and from there you should start with the very easy issues. Like you don't believe like there are lot of issues like you have to change the text of a button, you need to change the intent, you need to open another activity from that, you need to change the banner of that particular activity, you need to change the toast message. Means a lot of small, very small issues are there, so you can start with them. What are the benefits of that? Basically, if you are even changing the text of a button, from that you will learn a thousands lines of codes. Why? Because you need to find out where the button is located and how the text is being set to that particular button. It is not the thing like the text is set in the XML. It could be set in the view model. It could be set in the reviews and anything. Okay, so you need to you need to go deep into the code base, and from there you will get to know about the code base. Okay, so I should say, matlab I say कि you should start with the issues of that particular project. As small issues you should resolve. From there you can start, and you will really analyze like in a 1 month or 1.5 month, I am able to recognize 50% of the code base. Okay. Sir, okay, now I think I should move on to my proposal, and later on we will again take a Q&A session. Okay. Let me know if my screen is being changed to my proposal. Okay. Is my screen is visible? Proposal screen. Can someone reply in a chat? Okay, I guess now it's visible. So we could start with the proposal. Okay. As I already explained you, like from the month of November, I am contributing over a project, and in the month of March, till March, I have contributed a lot on that project, and in the March, I came to know about a project, and that project means I am very much interested in that project because of its tech stack, and it's basically it is a new project, and I could design according to me to that project. Okay, that is the thing that has attracted me towards that project. Okay, and I had submitted a proposal for that, so I am going to give you an insight of that proposal. Okay, so I have contributed for the Libra Health organization, and my project is to develop an Android mobile application for the newborn clinical decision support. Okay. Uh, if I'm going to explain you like what are the things, so it will take a time. I think I should start like how to write a proposal and what are the things instead of basically if I explain basically in the northern countries, in some of the countries, the newborn babies were not be provided with the health facilities that they should be provided, and the birth rate is means the infant will die due to the lack of facilities, medical facilities that they should get. Okay, so to protect to reduce that death rates, they are providing the medical facilities, Libra Health, and they are having the four applications. They are having the four running applications, and from that they are having three applications running, and four is in their idea. Okay, so for the fourth application, they launched this new project, and that I have written a proposal for that. Okay, and three applications are already running, and this application is for a means medical support, like for the hospital. It application is for the hospital to manage their works. Okay, And in the proposal you must write your organization name, then you should write your propose title of the particular proposal. Just a minute, I will reduce its size, it will be far better. No, it's good. uh, mm, सही लग रहा है क्या? ठीक है. You should write your organization name, proposal name, mentors, and the student name. ठीक है. And some of the basic details like your place, university, ठीक है, time zone. Time zone is an important thing, like their time zone is is in the USA. Means the organization is of the USA, so our time zone is different, and we need to communicate at mid 12 in the night. Okay. GitHub link, LinkedIn, GitLab, they are important. They play an important role in your proposal. Like how mentor will know, means mentor, the person who is going to analyze this proposal, how will he came to know about you? Okay, he will be checking your GitHub profile, he will be checking your LinkedIn profile, he will be checking your GitLab account, like how you have contributed. You are a fake user, like you have contributed just before, means it is not necessary. I'm not telling like on that project you have contributed, I am telling like from how much time you are using that particular technologies. Okay, that I'm telling how he came to know about that. He will came to know about it from your GitHub account. Okay, so from your GitHub account, GitLab account, LinkedIn account, he will came to know about your professional experience in that field. After that you could explain a basic of synopsis of your app, like what related this application is, and what the different in the application is. And this basically just a copy paste of the message that they provide in the basic in their forums when they launches their project. Okay, and with some of the modifications that you want. Later on you need to explain the tech stack, that is an important part. uh, uh, Listen to me, like I am telling that is a new project. You have been told, you have been asked to build an application with these type of things. Now you have to sit on a chair, take a cup of coffee, and start thinking like how will you build that particular application with these type of features, and with the resources that are available to you. What type of resources I means to say, like they are not going to use a backend, they are not going to use a server, they are using the dhis2. Okay, dhis2 is new to me that time. Okay, and later on I studied like how to use and how to integrate. So this means I means resources, like what are the available resources you are having, what is your problem statement, what you need to build. Okay, and how you are going to solve that particular problem. There are a lot of solutions available in a market. You need to come up with a best solution. That is the first thing in your proposal. You need to come up with a best solution. In what terms I'm telling you the best, like they are going to develop an Android application. There are the various types of means a mobile application. They are going to develop a mobile application. There are various methods to develop a mobile application. You can go with a core Java, Kotlin. You can go with React JS as well. You can go with Flutter as well. Okay. There are other available options as well. So you need to find out pros and cons of all of these features. You need to find out all the pros and cons of all these features, and later on decide like which way you are going to take. First thing. Okay, let me drink water and then continue. Okay, so you are ready with the problem statement, and you are having a list of resources, like these things are available to you. Third thing I want to say is the psychology of the mentors. Okay, when you are being contacting to them and connecting to them in the public forums, you will get to know what is their psychology. Like they have decided like they are going to use a Flutter, and you are submitting a proposal that is in a Java. Okay, then there is a chance like proposal will be rejected if not up to the mark, or if not it is not having a thing that can attract you. But one more point I want to tell you, like the proposal they want is in the Flutter, and the whole application that they want is in the Flutter, but I have submitted the proposal in the Java for this. Okay, in the Java and Kotlin I have submitted proposal by mentioning the pros cons of the Flutter and Java as well, and later on I have said like I can build the same in the Flutter as well, and other things are also there, and basis on that proposal they selected me. And one more point, like they selected me on the basis of that proposal, and they have some they have means they have assigned me a different project on which I have not submitted any proposal. So your proposal matters a lot. Okay, it they are having a limitation, like they can select only one person over that project. So on the basis of that project they selected me and assigned me on a different project. Okay, so anything could happen in the GSoC. Okay, so you should write your proposal in a best way, like that could define you. And first thing, you have defined that thing, and you have having a list of resources. You are you know now ki how you have to build the particular application. So you need to start mentioning your tech stacks, like what technologies you are going to use. I'm going to use the Android Studio as a development software. I'm going to use the programming languages Java or Dart. For Flutter, as suggested by mentors, and other technologies, writing the proposal available in both of the languages. I'm comfortable with both of them. Then you need to mention the libraries that you are using. Why I'm saying that? Because in our application we use a lot of third party libraries, and third party libraries code are also part of our code now, so it plays an important role for us. So you need to mention all of the third party libraries that you are going to use. I mentioned like I'm going to use a retrofit for the API call integration, material design for the UI, MVP and MVVM coding architecture. Okay. A best coding architecture is also necessary in application. Like they are going to build an application that will be used by lack of people. Okay. So you need to build a scalable app. You are not going to build an application. You are going to build an application that is scalable. Okay. That is the important thing. And how a application could be scalable? If you are writing a code in a proper architecture, and if you are familiar with the coding architectures of Android, then MVVM is the best architecture, and that is the one which is being followed by Google and other companies as well. So I mentioned like which tech is along with the tech stack, which architecture of coding you are going to follow. And it is better like if you could provide some proofs for that. Like I have mentioned, I am going to use a MVVM and MVP, है ना? But it is a very good architecture and it is not easy to implement. Like every Android developer are not going to use that. Okay, it is a tough thing. So if you could mention, means if you could show some your work for that, like I have used that technology, you can check my that particular project, so it will create a very good impression on in your proposal. So you could mention your sample projects for that. On that project I have used that particular tech stacks, and you can check my project. And it is not a project like I have built on before 2 3 days, and it is not a project like which I've copied from somewhere. I have built that project a year ago. Okay. Second thing I'm going to, as I said, like they want us to use a DHIS too, so I have mentioned that as a backend. Now it is a better thing. Now in an application, it is not a good thing. Like if it is available only for offline support, matlab only for online support, you can provide a offline support in the application as well. For that, I'm going to use a room. And one more point I want to tell you, like if anyone is going to explain you a problem statement now, it will just give you the basic info of the problem statement. You by yourself need to dig up that question. Okay, that problem statement. What I means to say from that, he have just mentioned like I want that type of application, but it is your responsibility that you will come up with like I can provide that feature, I can provide that feature, I can provide that feature. The offline support in an application is a must feature nowadays. You could analyze like in a WhatsApp, you are having offline support now. So it is a good thing. Like Let's think if it is not having a offline support, and whenever you are online, just be in with the internet connection, only then you will be able to access your chat. So it is not a good thing. So you must come up with the extra features as well. It is a very much plus point, and I'm telling every developer will come up with this. So if you have not mentioned any of the extra features in your proposal, just like the 5 points my mentor have tell me, like you have to build the application with that 5 features, and I have submitted the proposal with that 5. It shows like you have not done any of the means you have not use your mind, you have just means taken that features only. Okay, now you need to think something new, means any extra feature that you could implement, and you must implement that features in an optimized manner. Okay, the first thing that is important in your proposal is a tech stack. Okay, how you are going to implement. Now the one who is reading that particular proposal is clear, like the person is going to use these many technologies and this thing. Okay, now come up like if he stick to the React, I don't go with anywhere and I am going to use a React, so it will having a clear idea na, like person is not going to use a React, a person is going to use a Android. Okay, and if he is ready to going to use a Android, and I have mentioned like I'm going to use Android, so it is having a plus point. Okay, next thing is a timeline. In a timeline you must mention everything with a feature, like that particular section of the code will be completed. Just a minute. How, how you should mention the timeline in a project. The timeline must be mentioned with the features. Like I have mentioned, like you are going to implement that many features in your application. It is better if you could point out that particular features. Like if one is going to read these many lines of lines in my proposal, he is clear. Like a person is going to add these features in his application. Okay. Now later on, I am going to add timelines for each one of these means each one of these features. Okay, and now point come with a timeline, like every feature I have explained, like I'm going to build that feature and that, and later on I have built a timeline. GSoC already provides you the timeline, like this much is your community bonding period, this much is your first phase of coding. You need to divide your first phase of coding in the weeks, in first phase of coding in the weeks, as I think you all are aware, like the evaluations will be done 2 times. Last till the last year the evaluation will be done till 2 times, like mid evaluation and the final evaluation. And I think some rules are also changed this year, so you need to refer the GSoC website for that, like when your evaluations will be done. But every week you need to write a blog or anything that could explain your work history, like that week what work you have done. Okay, so accordingly you need to divide your time frame. Okay, I am going to divide my time in a 12 weeks. Means if someone say I am going to build that application, you are having 2 months, go and build. No one can do so now. We need to divide it in a small task, and later on in these small tasks according to a small period of time, and that is in the weeks that the GSoC demands. So you need to mention every week work, like every week what work you can do. Okay, and in the week you could include the Saturday or Sunday, or you could exclude as well. Okay, community bonding period. One more point. In the community bonding period, you must what is the community bonding period? Community bonding period is the period like when you have when you are selected, and you need to means introduce yourself to the community members, and like you are being conversating with each other, you are discussing like how you are going to proceed over that project. During that time also you need to mention some work. You can't means let that particular portion go. It is not a coding period. This period of time is not a coding period, it is just a community bonding period. You are going to analyze the communities and that thing. But it is a better thing if you could add some technical stuff there, like you are doing some of the work, you are just be writing the code as well, you could write. Okay, that is a great thing. If you write just ki I am doing this, it will impact a negative idea, like ki it will show like you have wasted 12 days, you have not learned a lot. Okay, what you could mention in your timeline, like I am going to decide the whole wireframe. You are going to present that wireframe to the organization now as well, but during that time you need to finalize it with the organizer. Okay, so you could mention like I am doing that thing, I am doing the research, and that type of work you could include in your community bonding period. The second thing is the first week, second week. Accordingly, you can mention the dates as well. And in that phase, you need to mention that work in a points. Like I will do that much of work in the first week. Okay. In these 5 days, I will be doing that much of work. In the second week, I will be doing this type of work. Okay. And these works are based on the uh, based on these features, okay, that I've already mentioned. Like you can see, like I have mentioned in the first week, I'm in the community bonding period, I will be using it for a research or a interaction, planning the schema and the database, writing a few CI test cases. I hope you are no aware with the continuous integration and continuous development. Okay, to CI/CD. I will be integrating the CI/CD, that thing of that things I've mentioned there. And in the first week, I will be integrating the login system. What type, how I am matlab, how I am integrating the login system is also necessary. Okay, so basic thing you need to mention there. You can read a lot from there. Okay, and accordingly for every feature you need to mention, and you could include the stuff like for that I am using that thing. If you could include the hyperlinks in a text, it is a great thing. If one is not aware, like he will think room is a room. Okay, so you could go there and check out. By the way, everyone is aware of the technical stuff, so, but fair way. Okay, so you need to divide your whole your work in that type of weeks. Okay, and later on there is a first week of evaluation. You should not exclude that from your project as well. Okay, na? You must include that, and later on you could complete your 5 and next 5 weeks. Okay, uh, it does not have anything much. It just have the division of the work and that I've explained. So I don't think means we need to waste a lot of time there. We can move ahead. Okay, and we are already running out with the time. And each week you could mention that thing. देखो, everyone knows like you have to write a blog at the end of each month, but if one has not mentioned anywhere in his proposal like he is going to write a blog, he is going to submit his work. So from that boy of one is having a more chances which mention like I'm going to write the blogs, I will be aware, I will be active member of the society. Okay, you could mention that thing. Okay, and you could attach your Medium account, LinkedIn account, where you are going to write your blogs. Okay, I have already posted all of my blogs at my Medium account and at as well in the Blogger. Okay, you could refer them and you could check out all of my blogs during the GSoC period. uh, how I am going to implement this project, this is very much important if you are going to submit a new proposal, matlab proposal for a new project. Now you have to mention everything in detail, like I am using this API in authenticating the user. It is the better thing, like I have mentioned I am going to build a login feature, and for the login feature what I am using, there will be a email password type of system. One is enter saved in the database, later on match with the database, and according the results will came and we will go ahead. Okay, so you must mention you are going to use these many APIs there. These validations you are going to use. It is a better thing if you could mention. If I have just tell you, it is not a good thing. So if you could mention the API, like one will have a very great idea now. Uh, just a minute. Uh, देखिए ये वाला एपीआई है बेसिकली जो मैंने उधर मेंशन किया है, मतलब कि DHIS2 का मैं ये वाला एपीआई यूज करूंगा फॉर वैलिडेटिंग द यूजर्स. सो इफ वन हैज नॉट डिग्ड इट अप, सो mentor can have an idea ना कि mentor could have an idea like he does not aware of the APIs. DHIS2 is very big software, and there are a lot of APIs. So it is a good thing, like if you mention the APIs in a new project and everything, means as much details you could mention in your proposal, you should mention. Okay. And later on profile page you will be using these APIs. Okay. हाँ, first thing is the APIs हो गया, and second point is you are going to implement some logics as well, in your proposal. Like I will be implementing that feature, and that feature is based on that particular logic. You must explain your logic. It is a core heart of your proposal. Like how you have optimized that problem, how you have solved, how you have solved that particular problem in an optimal manner. Okay. I will make 3 tracker programs. It is my logic कि how I am going to solve a particular project. They have mentioned some of the problem statement above, and for that I have made 3 tracker programs: mother registering tracker, children registering tracking, and on that I have mentioned every detail, like why I am using, how I am using it. Sorry. So you could mention your logic stuffs as well. It is very important for you. So I can add a tracker program at a DHS2 from the here. Now I have explained like I'm going to do this. Now you should explain how you are going to add a tracker program. What is a tracker program? Okay. You must explain now. So you could add some of the hyperlinks there. Okay. Key from there we could add a tracker program or this. Okay. And for what I'm doing here, I basically, if you aware of, firstly I have mentioned all of the features. These are my features. Okay. Later on I have explained my timeline for each of the feature. You could check out like login system, a register for a baby. Okay. Showing list of babies, assessment test and checkups, profile page showing monitoring alerts, ticket on Dr. Cool showing a risk assessment list and giving a sync up button, full offline mode, functionality, add permissions, optimizing the app. Okay. And later on I'm telling like how I'm going to implement that feature. ठीक है. तो फर्स्ट ऑथेंटिकेशन हो गया, सेकंड हो गया रजिस्टरिंग अ बेबी चल रहा है ऐसे करके. ठीक है. तो for that feature I'm using like enrolling the mother details, and these many things I'm using. Huh. Now you, if it is a like I have already discussed and I have means prepared the full schema. If you are going to build an application, you will alone be the there. Okay, it is not a thing. You will be assigned with the backend developer. You will be assigned with the someone. You have to do all of your work. If because most of the projects in the GSoC are a sponsor for a single student. Okay, so it is a better thing like if you could mention the schema. If one read out that proposal, he must have an idea ना कि यार बंदे को मतलब ये भी पता है कि जेसन क्या होने वाला है, किस तरीके का रेस्पॉन्स उनको चाहिए, एंड व्हाट दे आर गोइंग टू सेंड एंड ऑन विच एंड पॉइंट दे आर गोइंग टू सेंड. ठीक है. So everything is clear now. So there are a high number of chances if you are mentioning each and every detail. Like one should not left with anything कि यार इसको ये नहीं पता है ये वाला मतलब फीचर कैसे implement करना है. He have just mentioned that particular feature, but he is not aware of that particular feature. And because there are a lot of proposal and mentor is having a lot of choices, and from that choices if one has mentioned all of the details and you have not mentioned, okay, you are also aware of like how you are going to do this, okay, but you have not mentioned now. So it is very difficult for the mentor to analyze like you are going to do or not. Okay. So later on I have not done anything, just I have by myself prepared all of the JSONs. I have digged up all of the endpoints and how I am going to do all of these stuffs, and I have mentioned the schemas as well. And I have tried all of these APIs with the Postman. Okay. So later on all of these things are there. So you could check out like 10 or 20 10 or 12 pages in my proposal are just of this. uh, uh, from 22 pages of my proposal, I'm telling you like 15 of pages are based just on the implementation, okay, how I am going to implement. So mentor could have an idea like this person could implement that. Okay. So you could include that type of things in your project. For assessment checkup you could use that JSON, and later on you could include if you are having some of the stuff that could be better explained by an images, you should include that thing in your project as well. Okay. uh, you must use a good type of fonts in your proposal, so it will be very easy for anyone to read out. Okay. um, it is just a nothing just of logical stuff that are there. And okay, so what is there till now? Till now I have explained how I am going to integrate each and every feature. Now coming to the wireframes, what are the wireframes and schemas? Wireframes basically how my application look like, what type of screens are there in my application, from which screen how the user could navigate to that screen, what the functionality is there in that particular screen. So you could include a wireframe, like it is a libra health, sorry, basically it is these wireframes of my application are of uh, like I am having a tracker program, trainer program, entity, tracked entity instances, and a lot of stuff in a DHIS too. So from this, I have tried to explain like for this, I'm going. This is the organization unit, and it is a tracker program, and it is a event program. It is a trainer program. From here, I've just tried to give the mentor an idea like for which purpose I'm using which type of thing. Okay, you could include that. Like I'm using a tracker program for children registration. For but for on call doctor, I'm using event program. I'm not using a tracker program. I could use a tracker program as well there. For that, I have why I am doing so. Why I'm not using a tracker program and why I am using an event program, and how I am going to implement this key with a tracker or a event program. I've mentioned all of the details there. So if mentor have read out that, he is clear like why this wireframe is being built. Okay. Later on, you could include the some of the personal details of yourself. Okay. Uh, and it is a common questions like from anyone anywhere you could get these questions and you these answers. Okay. Why should I select? Why should I be selected for this project? It is a means you should answer this question in a very good manner. Okay. You should mention your all of your pros and all of your good points, like why you are the best person for that particular project. Okay. um, Contributions to the liberal. Now at the start, I tell you like it is a new project and even the repo is not existing on that project. Okay. Then what is there in your contribution? Basically, all of the new projects are having a means they launches some of the basic stuff like they show ki, you have to build the 5 screens of that particular application will having a lot of screens. You just need to in a Android build a 5 screens, or just a small task of that particular big application will be provided to you as your contribution, so they could test like really you are good for this or not. Okay. So that is important for you. Like in our proposal, in our project as well, they mention some of the means prerequisite, you could say. Okay. So you should mention that thing. So it was a prerequisite. I have made all of these screens in my application. These 7 screens I have built and in the Android, and generated a GitHub repo for that. Pushed all of the code here and generated a APK link. Submitted the APK link to the mentor as well on the forum, and interactive community. Okay, these are the liberal forums link. Okay. And this is the applications pages. You could add their screenshots as well. Like this is my demo application which I have built. Till now I have not selected for that organization. I have just submitted a proposal, but to submit a proposal as well, I need to build that much of application. You could check out like if you have not built these screens, you are not going to be selected. First thing, okay, it is a prerequisite. So it is your part of contribution that could show. Okay, you could be selected. So these are the basic stuff. Okay. So what you need to keep in your mind, if a project is having any of the prerequisite, you should go with it. Okay. And can start and complete that prerequisite. All of the things are there. Okay. And later on is nothing, like I have mentioned some of the technical informations that I am aware of. Okay. and my experience you could mention where you have worked. During that time I have worked with the e-commerce app Cookbox. Okay, I have worked with the Citizen app. Okay, I have worked with the Shabri delivery app. I have interned with the three of the startups that time to that I have mentioned there. You could also add if you are having experience in that. It will be a very plus point for you. Okay, and later on you could include your projects that are the main thing which will means encourage the mentors to select you. Okay, photo pap, artsy lens app, and other commitments during the GSoC. It is again a very common question, just a copy paste from somewhere. Okay, and post GSoC plans you could add that thing. Means these are some of the structure, like it is basic structure in which you have to write your proposal. What is going to be changed in this structure? Just be your personal details, just be your project title name, okay, your timeline, your implementation details, your wireframes, your contribution details. These are the things. Okay, I hope you all of you are aware now, clear with the what are the basic components that a proposal should have for a GSoC. Okay. Let me check the chat box as well a lot of time. So is it bad to contribute only in a readme or alignment? Like, does it affect your profile? No, it is not good to means contribute in a readme. It is a good thing to contribute in a readme, but I should say कि you are a means a programmer now. You should do some coding work. Okay, you should not only do the readme. It is not a good thing. Like if you are just means contributing in a readme. Okay, so you should start programming and you should change some of the code, raise the PR and just get it merged. You will really feel very excited when your first PR will get merged and thousands of persons will be using it. Okay, is this for WOC? I am very glad if you could build that type of proposals for a WOC, but it is not expected. Okay, and for a WOC you need to later on I will come to the WOC. Just be wait for it. Okay, just be wait for a WOC. GSoC is almost over. Okay. If anyone is having any doubt regarding the GSoC, and it could ask, and later on in 8:55 we will start the WOC. Okay, we are already running out with the time. I'm waiting for 4 minutes. Some questions are there in a chat box. Yeah, you could reach out to the Discord as well. How can I know that I contribute for a particular? How can I know that I can contribute? You can contribute for any of the organization. Na? Anyone can contribute for one of any of the organization. How can I know that I can contribute for a particular organization? uh, just you have confidence and go and contribute. Nothing is required for that, yeah. Just start. Everything is requiring a push, okay? And once you have started, the things will go on. What are the prerequisites for contributing for any project? Bro, you need to learn the tech stack that is being used in that particular project for the prerequisite. So okay, we are starting with a WC. ठीक है. WC website is there. I guess it's visible. Hmm. Uh, is WOC screen is visible to you all, and am I audible? Yeah, all of the necessary resources will be shared with you. Once you need to write a very good proposal, ठीक है, mean not a very good I means to say, just you need to figure out the things and just find out the tech stack and the knowledge, ठीक है, and later on you need to write a proposal and submit to us. From that we will shortlist some of the proposals, and once your proposal is shortlisted and you are a part of the WOC, ठीक है, uh, uh, once you are a part of the WOC, then uh, proper mentors will be assigned to you, okay, to work on that particular project. Like we are going means just be wait for it sometime. We are going to give you an idea of the projects that are there in the GSoC, okay? Sorry, in a WOC this time, and from there you can get an idea, like you need to for that particular project, and later on if your proposal is selected, we will assign you the mentors that will guide you for that tech stack, okay? And you will learn a lot, yeah. Don't worry about that. Just have a. Can someone tell like WOC screen is website screen is visible or not? So we could start with it. Screen is not visible till now section. I guess screen is visible. मतलब in a yeah, it's visible. ठीक है. Uh, now Saksham is taking a lead for WOC.
Uh, Hi everyone. So I'll just start about what WOC is. So all the recruitment for these CyberLabs will be through WOC 4.0. So you can find the link in the description also, or else someone can put this link in the chat. So in this, we have given a proper timeline. You can follow this website. You have to submit. First of all, we have a list for all the projects that we have for all the divisions. So for many divisions, there are multiple projects. So you have to choose one project and you will work for that project for a month. and the schedule and for the project that you are going to select, you'll have to submit a proposal like what has been discussed till now. You can give a very simple proposal, just stating like what you are trying to do in the next 4 weeks, and week wise you can specify what task you'll be doing and the tech stack and all the description that they have already shared. So 7th March is the last date for the submission of the project proposal. The coding period will start after your end sims. So it will be from 14th March to 11th April, that are 4 weeks. And in the first 2 weeks, you will do some stuff, and then we'll have the mid evaluations. And after that, we'll have the final evaluations after the next 2 weeks. And you will be assigned mentors for the project that you will be doing, and they'll be guiding you. So but you should have a basic idea of what project you are doing, because you'll need to at least write the proposal yourself. So yeah, and also we have given the resources in this is a Google Drive link. You can find the resources here. And also we'll have prizes for the top three in each division. And also you will be having the recruitment after the WOC. So after the results are announced, we'll be shortlisting some of you, and then we'll have an interview. So that way our recruitment will work. And if you want to register, you can register from here. So this is just a Google form link. You can just specify everything in this link: email, name, admission number, and everything. And you'll have to select one of these projects, and you'll have to add the project proposal here. uh, yeah, so now we'll go to each division, and we'll some of us will explain uh, the projects that you'll be doing. So I think web development will go first. So so someone from the web development can take over now. I think it's Harshita Agarwal.
Hello everyone, can someone confirm if I'm audible? Okay, great. So, good evening everyone. I am Harshit Agarwal and I am from a member of CyberLabs Web Division. So, I will be giving you a brief explanation of each project in the web development part. So, in web development, we are having 6 projects in which you can choose any one in which you are interested the most. So, the first one is Find Teammate. So basically, in every project, whichever you choose, there are two main things which are there is that the first is a basic UI of the page where the user interface where the user will land, and you have to make that using HTML and CSS. And the second part is the backend part, like the sign in sign up landing page for user authentication. So these two things are common for each and every project. So regarding find teammate, the it goes like, suppose we make project and it is difficult to find someone who can contribute with us on that project, to find a particular person who has the same tech stack and same abilities for whom we are looking for. So basically this website enables us to find a project partner by viewing their profiles. So there will be a basic sign in and sign up landing page. The user will be registering for the first time. Then he will have to create a mini resume. So by mini resume, I mean like his basic profile, where we can watch uh, what all skills what all skills he has, and where he's studying now, and all that things. And then the next feature can be home page. After that, you will be redirecting the user to the home page, where you will be displaying all the profiles of the users who all have registered, so that anyone who logins can find the users whom they are searching for. And the one of the features can be like using API. So API, I will discuss in brief what is API. Suppose API is a type of middleware thing which connects your project with another platform, and it can show the details of the user on that platform on your website. So basically, it is enabled so that no random user can from anywhere can access this. So you have to basically provide an authentication part, and only when you uh, fetch a request from that platform, the details of that particular like GitHub or anything which is there, you can fetch that from the profile. So API does that middleware thing uh, which allows you to transfer the details from the platform to the web page. So using API, you can show users GitHub repos like repositories, ratings of various competitive platforms like Codeforces, CodeShare, and other, so that anyone who is looking for someone regarding that field can know about what all skills he have, how skilled he is in a particular field. So these are the basic goals. You have to build a front end layout using HTML, CSS, and you can use JavaScript if you want to perform like animations and all. And then in backend, you will be using Firebase to build the sign in and sign up system. So the resources regarding the Firebase have been provided in the Discord platform. You can look into the documentation part, or we have sent YouTube videos as well. Then you have to create a mini resume. It will contain fields like name, college, year of study, skills, the tech stack which you are looking for in your project, and optional fields like the profile picture of that user, and the sport programming platforms like Codeforces. And then you will be using the GitHub API to fetch user profile and public repositories, the number of stars and forks which each repo contains. And similarly, you can fetch other like Codeforces API, how much rating the user has, how much submissions he has on a particular platform. So you can fetch all that. So the requirements are like you have to have the basic knowledge of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript for the front end part. Basically, front end requires HTML, CSS, and back end requires JavaScript. And basic knowledge of Firebase using its features of authentication, database, and the knowledge of API. So we have provided a link for the GitHub API. Similarly, you can find APIs regarding Codeforces, CodeChef, and other platforms as well. So this was the first project, Find Teammate. Next, we have a polling website. So as the name suggests, you have to create a website where a particular user can create polls, and he can send links of it via social media, or he can directly share a link to other users where each user can poll in that, and show his or interest in what is his or her lookout in that particular question. So similarly, this will also be having a sign in and sign up feature, so that one user cannot place more than one poll in the same question. And you have to create polls and surveys. Then the graphical representation, you can show the graphical representation like a particular question has four options. Each option got 25% answers, so you can show that in a histogram or a pie chart, something in a graphical format. So next, you can there are a lot of polling websites available on internet, so you can take suggestions from that as well. And these are just limited features you can access. You can implement any other feature which you think might be appreciable in it. Like you can just an example, you can create a poll where only the students of IIT-ISM.ac.in can perform in that poll. So this can be a one additional feature, but these are the essential features which you will have to create. So the goals are basically the same: HTML, CSS, and Firebase for the front end and back end. And for the database, you will be using real-time database. And this is also a API for the graphical representation, the Canva JS API. You can search it, and it will be very much helpful for your graphical representation part on the project. So this was all for the polling website. And next we have the event planner. So event planner basically goes like, suppose there is an event in which uh, you have to share some information or upload something. So this website is meant for that. So like there's a sign in and sign up page. The user after login, any user can create a group by creating a group ID and password, and then he can share that information to other users who can join with the same link by providing the password in that uh, user ID. And then you can create a discussion page where users can interact within themselves, send messages, and a countdown timer. Like suppose there's a destination wedding and you have to provide some information like, there will these are the particular wedding place, these are these much days are left in in that event. And after the event completes, then someone who has clicked pictures or videos, he can upload that in the platform as well, so that all can get access to the photos and videos. So the goals are basically like the same: HTML, CSS, and Firebase. And you have to create a page so that group to create group and options so that others can join the group as well, and they can interact there and share or upload some photos and videos as well. So you can use HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Firebase. You can use Bootstrap. Bootstrap is basically means a simplified version. Means do not have to write CSS every time for something. There are particular classes in Bootstrap made which you can directly add to your HTML part. So you can use that as well. Next, there's a mini Insta, basically a social media platform, but not on a very large scale, on a small scale for the like beginners. So where mini Insta, where you can upload and store images and share them as well with other users. So I don't think I will have to explain Insta so much because all of us use it. So sign in and sign up page, a photo collection page, like dislike feature, sharing feature. You can searching feature. Basically, you can put tags in your photos, show that so that other users can search by by the tag only. So same the HTML, CSS, and Firebase part. You have after sign in, like you have to redirect to homepage where they can see the photos or videos uploaded by other users and can filter using the tags present in it. So that's it for this. The same requirements: HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and Firebase for the backend part. So this was mini Insta. Next, you have a piano website. Piano basically, you can log in into this website and you can practice piano. So how it will be done? Basically, there are some events in JavaScript. If you explore it, will find like on key press, on key down events like this, where you can create a particular event like if key F is pressed, then what should happen. So like that, you can create a piano type where each key will be given a different sound effect so that it will play like a piano. So you have to uh, s- play the piano using click and also keys. So if the user is on a laptop, then he will be using keys, but if he's on a phone, so he will have to use the touch button. So then you have to create the timer. So there will be a timer, basically kind of thing where user can click on a button and the timer of this it will start so that he can record how much time he has been playing the piano, and then he can store the total time in the database. And regarding that, he can create particular music notes and store that so that whenever he logins again, he can play that music note whenever he wants. So the goals are the basic front end layout, sign in sign up feature, and then he will be directed to the home page where the piano will be played. The same thing, touch for touch screens and keys in case of keyboard, depending on user. So that can be, and he can he can store particular music notes and later retrieve them whenever he logins. So the requirements are also the same in this. Okay, so next, the last project is of a timetable extension. So timetable extension, it's basically not a website kind of thing, but a different extension thing. Like extension means basically it is a small tool which can help you in doing a particular task. Like web, you can create an extension for storing links and timetable. So in this online studies, so we all have to find links whenever we want to join the class. So this is will be one stop platform for all your timetable, and on clicking on the timetable you will be redirected to the link in which the meeting is going to take place. So this is a simple browser extension on the type right side of the browser, and you have to give it a nice lookup pop-up like feel using CSS, and the extension will contain the timetable based on daily routine and will also store the meeting link for each slot. So on clicking on which on the particular the routine, you will be redirected to that particular slot in which the meeting is going to take place. So requirements are HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, and this is a documentation to help you in the Chrome extension part, so that you can create it easily. You can go and read the documentation here. It will help you in this particular project to help you get idea what basically extension is and how you implement it. So these all were the 6 projects. If anyone has doubt, he can ask it in the chat. Okay, so I guess there are not any doubts. So next we'll be moving to the app development part where the projects of the app development will be discussed. So over to app development.
Hi everyone, I'm back. Am I audible? Can someone reply in the chat box? And one more thing, is my screen is visible to you all? Uh, Thanks. So okay, you all are familiar with the WC CyberLabs website because it is rolling from the last 20 minutes. है ना? So Saksham already explained you regarding the GSoC timelines, projects, and the results and other things. Okay, and we are already get to know about the web development projects, and now I am moving forward with the app development projects. So we are having the 4 projects in the app development. First one is a tenant finder, second one is a write out, third one is a timetable manager, and fourth one is a painter. Okay, From the name of these applications you can get an idea like what the application is related to and what you need to build in that particular application. Although I am going to explain you what is there in that particular application. Okay. So first is tenant finder. Tenant finder, as the name suggests, you need to build an application on which landlords and developers can upload the pics of their property, so the other persons that want to lend can platform of finding a tenant. User can either be a landlord or who wants to rent his property or one who wants to pay for it. The app simply allows the user to add a property along with the appropriate details are available now, on which you people will sell out their uh, just a minute, I think there is a lag in my screen. Hello, I guess now it's clear. uh, ठीक है. ठीक है. So I'm explaining you the tenant finder app and the feature. First one is a login system that we are demanding. Second thing that we are demanding is a list of a list where the other properties that are listed on our application should be visible. And third is separate section in the app which provides for rent. Okay, matlab there should be a page now, like you want to buy that means you could put an click listener on that item of a recycler view and can land on a new activity from where you could show some of the details like this room is for a 500 rupees per month or 5,000 per month, and these are the details of that particular. Okay, so for renting purpose that should be there. Okay, we are not requiring you to integrate a payment gateway and that type of thing. Okay, but at what extent you could go, you should go. Okay, profile section is there and user and edit profile section is there and an attractive UI must be there. Okay, if you are going to see these features, as I've explained you in my proposal as well, these are the features, minimum features that we are demanding. You should read out that features, take a cup of coffee and think out like how you are going to implement these features, how extra features you could implement. Like, it is not the thing if you are just be concise like I'm going to implement this thing, you are not learning a lot. Okay, you should think like I can add that feature, an extra feature in my proposal as well. Okay, in Android I'm telling you, not in Android, from the whole CyberLabs team I'm telling you, like if your project is having means let consider a person who have integrated all of these features are available in his application, and UI is also very attractive and everything is very awesome. Okay, but another person come up with a thing, he is having all of these features along with he have implemented two new features in his application. The new features, what could be the new feature? You could think in a new feature like a notification system मान सकते हो. You could think in a push notification system or anything there could be. ठीक है, so that person will get an edge from you. ठीक है, what I am saying. So you, whatever be the features and whatever be the things in your application, that will decide you will be selected or not. Second thing is a tech stack. The basic tech stacks will be Android Studio. You are comfortable with Java, Kotlin, or XML, any of these languages you want to continue, you could. Okay, and Firebase authentication, Firebase real-time database, Firebase storage, front-end components, and material. Second, we are discussing the write out. Write out is similar like a blogger website or blogger applications in which users will write out their blogs. Okay, and writing the blogs. They will be posting the blogs, and the other users come up to the web application. They will see the blogs that are already listed in the application, so they could like the blog, dislike the blog, upvote, downvote. You could integrate that functionalities, but there are some of the minimum functionalities again that we are demanding. You could read out all of these functionalities from there: login, username, email, password, tab layout. Example of the tab layout I could give you in a WhatsApp. If you have seen, first thing is a chat, second is a status, and third is a call, I guess. So that is a tab layout, a similar type of thing. Okay, and in a tab what we are asking is others activities, like all of the articles that are being available in an application. ठीक है, feed जिसको बोलते हैं basically. And my articles, and third one is a favorite articles. ठीक है, you could add any logic for that. ठीक है, and button start है, other articles page है. ठीक है, and my article page favorite. ठीक है, and tech stack, coming to the similar same tech stack is there. Again, the next project is a timetable manager. What the timetable manager is, as its name suggests, you need to build an application. ठीक है, you need to build an application which reminds you whatever be the tasks are there that should be completed on the time. You can get an idea like a reminder application. ठीक है, task list, to do app, similar type of thing is there. ठीक है, तो they will remind about the task. You can add new task. Okay, and on a appropriate time, a reminder will be sent to you that you have to complete that particular task. You could mark that task completed, progress. These type of things should be there in the application. Tech stack will be similar. First one is the authentication system, a tab layout you could use, or another thing you could use, whatever be there. A postpone task, goal task. Each tab of a recycler view is having a each task contains a recycler view, task name, and list. ठीक है, just give me a minute, है ना. ठीक है, ऑथेंटिकेशन यूजिंग फायरबेस टैब. ठीक है, ये हो गया. ठीक है, हाँ. नेक्स्ट इज द पेंटर एप्लीकेशन. पेंटर एप्लीकेशन इज द ड्राइंग एप्लीकेशन इन विच यू नीड, you have seen on a lot of applications like from by your finger you could draw something on a canvas. ठीक है, so how you could build out that application. So that is thing we are demanding from here, and these are very common and basic projects. If you are like thinking like they are very difficult projects, they are provided with the resources, but to write a proposal you need to learn nothing now, you need to explore the things. So be explore करो अच्छे से. ठीक है, कैसे उस चीज को इंटीग्रेट करते हैं थोड़ा गूगल पे पढ़ो. ठीक है, एंड जो भी पढ़ो कि किस तरीके से उसको इंटीग्रेट करना है. यूट्यूब पे बहुत सारा कंटेंट अवेलेबल है. ठीक है, एंड बेसिक बेसिक ट्राई करो अपने तरफ से जितना कर सकते हो, एंड अकॉर्डिंगली तुम्हारा उसके बेसिस पे प्रपोजल सेलेक्ट होगा, एंड देन आगे की बातें होंगी. ठीक है, पेंटर में कुछ भी नहीं है. कलर पैनल होगा, उसमें से डिफरेंट डिफरेंट कलर चूज कर सकते हो. तुम ब्रश की साइज को चेंज कर सकते हो, एंड जो तुम्हारा ड्राइंग है उसको तुम लोकली भी स्टोर कर सको, एंड उसको तुम ऑनलाइन भी सेव कर सको. मीन्स टू सेव ऑन अ database, like if net is not available, the painting will be saved in a local storage, or otherwise it will be stored in a Firebase database, Firebase storage. ठीक है, Java, Kotlin, Firebase authentication, Firebase storage, Firebase database, SQL. These are the tech stack for it. And authentication system, user profile page है, drawing board है, canvas से. User change the pen color, erase, drawing, brush size. ठीक है, save in a local storage and the Firebase storage, as I have explained you. Saved images can be viewed offline as well as in a online mode. So these are the four projects that are there: tenant finder, write out, timetable manager, and painter. ठीक है, so and okay, these are the different projects. So anyone is having any doubt in these projects? Sir, please repeat, your voice is breaking. Hello. Do I need to repeat, or matlab everything is clear to you? Like, am I audible now? Okay. So if anyone is not having any doubt, then in next 1 minute we are transferring to another division. Okay, thanks. Next division can take the lead.
Hey everyone, I'm Ronak Asnani. Can you confirm in the chat if I'm audible or not? Okay. So I'm Ronak Asnani from CyberLabs InfoSec division, and I'll be talking about the projects for the InfoSec division. So we have 5 projects: a steganography tool, a ransomware, a project on blockchain, and a project for like web exploitation, and then we have a custom page. So let's dive right into it. We'll be beginning from steganography tool. So in steganography tool, what you have to do is that you need to create a GUI based tool and implement some common steganography techniques like LSB steganography, white space steganography, and some tools like Stexno and WaveStec. And there should be a special emphasis on audio files like audio steganography. So you need to hide stuff in audio files. And what you can also do, like some features that we want is like you can embed files via steganography, and in images like you can encrypt the pixel values using encryption methods like AES. In the last feature, we want some custom implementations like PVD and PRNG. So PVD stands for pixel value differencing, and PRNG stands for pseudo random number generator. So like these are some ideas for some custom implementations. So what you have to do is like you can read up on some research papers and create your own steganography techniques, like some custom steganography technique that you want to hide stuff. The tech stack for this project is Python. And for the GUI, you can use toolkits like Tkinter, and overall the project would be Linux based. Moving on, the next project is a ransomware project. You have to build your own ransomware which will encrypt all the files using some modern encryption algorithms, and then like exfiltrate the key to your remote server. So this ransomware needs to be in Python, and it should affect both Windows and Linux. Some features that we want is like you need to implement multi-threading for encryption. Like you can obfuscate your code so that no one can read it. So for that, modules like PyArmor would like be helpful. Along with the ransomware, you can probably implement a keylogger, a crypto miner, so that you can like mine resources. And what you all need to implement is a backdoor so that like you always have an access to the systems those are infected by this ransomware, and it should basically hide itself and keep updating its locations. So, and the encryption algorithms that you can use are like AES, DES, and RSA, like some common encryption modules. So this project will be based on Python. You can also generate some like executables using PyInstaller, and implement multi-threading, obfuscation, key logging, and preferably a GUI like to scare them off, and backdoors and crypto miners. Next, we have a blockchain project. So you need to develop your own local blockchain network, having multiple nodes that support secure transactions. And what you need to do is like it should also have the ability to run Python code as smart contracts. These are some of the features that we would like in this project. The features are not limited to this. Like you can add more features that you feel suitable. So The tech stack for this project would be Python and Linux, and like these features, like you need to develop the blockchain from scratch. There should be a consensus mechanism, and like the blockchain should be command line based, an RPC API client, some secure immutable transactions, and some smart contracts in Python. So the tech stack for this project would be Python and Linux. Moving on to the web exploit framework. So there are very two common vulnerabilities. It's based on subdomain takeover and the XSS scanner. So nowadays, a lot of subdomain takeovers are being reported for in the field of bug bounty. So what you need to do in this project is you need to research on the vulnerability subdomain takeover. You need to write a script in Python, a module in Python that like enumerates the subdomains in a multi-threaded fashion via brute force and word lists. You need to use Google docking on search engines like Google and Bing to find subdomains. Also, you can like use the DNS records or cached URLs to find more subdomains, and you need to test all those subdomains for subdomain takeover. So this project would like automate the vulnerability of subdomain takeover and would help in the field of bug bounty for enumerating websites. The secondly, we like another module that we want is an XSS scanner. So like XSS stands for cross-site scripting, and like first you obviously have to learn up on XSS, and then you need to make a crawler that recursively crawls endpoints, dorking for finding more endpoints, and then you can fuzz endpoints, the parameters, the get and post parameters to find XSS. So the preferred languages for this project is Python and Go. For multi-threading, you can use threading and concurrent modules. For web scraping modules, you can use BS4 and request. So ultimately, you need to develop two modules and any more modules that you want. And like this project can be used to pen test websites. Last but not the least, we have a custom pitch project. So if you have yet another great idea that and you want it to come to fruition, then you can pitch us that idea as well. So firstly, you have to research about that idea, draft a proposal, and if you feel that the idea is worth giving a shot, then yeah, welcome aboard. So like, is it clear? Does anyone have any doubts? You can ask in the chat. Like you all can visit this website woc.cyberlabs.club and read up in detail about all these projects. Okay, then I'll be handing over the stream to the ML division.
Hello everyone, am I audible? Okay, I'll share my screen. It is visible, right? Okay, so in machine learning, we have just one project. तो एक ही project है, be attentive, ML bootcamp. Okay. So in this project, you will build your own library. Okay, my screen is visible, right? Not visible. Okay. Is it visible now? Okay. So in this project, you will build your own machine learning library. The objectives are to implement a linear and polynomial regression, a logistic regression, KNN, K means clustering, and neural networks. So these are certain algorithms, some basic algorithms of machine learning. Firstly, I would suggest you to check the Discord server for all the resources to learn about these algorithms. We have already told you guys to start with the course, and if you haven't started yet, do it as soon as possible, because otherwise you will be lagging behind. Okay, so you have to implement these algorithms from scratch. And from scratch, that is, you can just use some basic Python tools and some specified libraries. I'll tell those libraries later on. So you can just use those libraries and nothing more than that to build your algorithms. And you will build those algorithms on some data sets that we will be providing you, and you will evaluate those algorithms on them, and you have to try all the algorithms on all the data sets. You have to apply some permutation and combination, and देखोगे तुम कि क्या उस पे better perform कर रहा है. Okay, and you have to prepare a report elaborating your work and findings. You have to prepare a report covering all the work that you have done and make it as detailed as possible. It should include everything that you tried on the data set separately. For example, you will be training a model on different hyperparameters. So you have to include a graph of hyperparameters versus accuracy. Okay, make it as visually appealing as possible. Include tables, visualizations, as it will help you to explain your approach easily. Now, where to code? You can use Jupyter Notebook for implementing your algorithms. Very easy platform. It just takes 2-3 lines of code to set it up, and then everything will be very easy for you. Or else you can use Google Collaboratory. It is a free resource and everything runs online. So it is also a very easy platform. Or uske alawa, you can also use PyCharm and all, but I won't suggest it to you. But still, you can use it if you are comfortable with it. And next, yes, you have to all the algorithms have to be coded from scratch. So I was talking about some specified libraries, right? So those libraries are NumPy, Pandas, and Matplotlib. So you have to use these libraries. We have provided materials for learning about these libraries in the Discord server. So do check it out, explore them, and manage to implement all the algorithms using them. Okay. And nextly, a baseline score will be provided to you, and you have to score more than that to be able to qualify. Baseline score, जैसे कि we will tell you that you have to score at least 80%. The accuracy of your algorithm must be 80%. So that you'll be easily able to do that. Don't worry about that. And stress mat lo, because things will get clear once the WOC period starts. We'll guide you all throughout the event and will provide you all the resources and documentations needed. So you don't have to worry about that. But you have to start as early as possible. Check out the Discord server and start that course as fast as possible. Okay. Any doubts? Is anyone having any doubt? No, you can't use sklearn. Okay. Scratch se karna hai, yes. You can't use sklearn. You can use NumPy, Pandas, and Matplotlib, nothing else. How to write proposal? So you can include something about algorithms, like how will you implement that. First, you have to read about those algorithms, and then you can prepare a proposal writing how you are planning to implement that, and how will you plan to, like, data sets पर कैसे use करोगे उन algorithms को. So you can write all that, and you have to write about a timeline कि कब तक क्या क्या तुम्हारा हो जाएगा, किस वीक में कौन सा एल्गोरिदम ट्राई करोगे, एंड उसको इम्प्लीमेंट करके डेटा सेट्स पे ट्राई करोगे. यू हैव टू मेंशन ऑल दैट इन द प्रपोजल. Report means documentation or some word file. You have to just prepare a PDF mentioning all the work that you have done in that coding period. Okay. You have to make it in the end. First you have to work on the project and then report तो बाद में बनाना है ना. वो ऑटोमेटिकली समझ में आ जाएगा कि रिपोर्ट में क्या लिखना है. Any other doubt? Yes, you will be given some data sets. एंड जो algorithms implement करोगे तुम लोग वो उस डेटा सेट पर ट्राई करोगे. जैसे you implement linear regression, so you will try that. You will try that on all the 2 or 3 or 4 data sets given, and then you have to include that also in your report. Submission date, I think that is not yet decided. Or टाइमलाइन में देख हाँ ये 7th March. You have to submit your proposal by 7th March. Okay. Check out the timeline for everything. Clear? Any other doubt? So I can handle it to the another division. Okay, I think there's no doubt. So thank you. Now hardware and XR division will take it up.
Hello everyone. Please let me know whether I'm audible or not. Am I audible? Am I audible now? Okay, so hello everyone. I'm Tirthami, and here I will explain about problem statement of winter of code. So here is the total 7 problem statements, in which you have to do only one of them. So here is the 3 problem statement of the
from the IoT, like Internet of Things. It is the home automation. So here's the home automation. In this system, like here is a small description. Basically, you have to make an IoT system such that most of the home appliances can be used by a single system, so that needy people can use them. So try to create a automated home appliance using IoT, and all the status should be shown in a web application which should be encrypted with a password, like on and off fan, tube light, television, or any kind of home appliances. Now, here is the another problem from the IoT: smart farming. It can be very important system for farmers. Basically, you have to apply different kind of sensors such that they could collect all details by which farmer can estimate how the soil is, like different measurement like light, humidity, temperature, soil moisture, crop health, etc. So on, you have to build a IoT system which can conclude the all purpose for the smart farming. Now, here is the third problem statement from IoT: monitoring of pollution through pesticides in fresh fruits and vegetables available in the markets. So, here you have to make a system that connected through sensors that can easily monitor all basic healthy factors by which quality of food be monitored. In this, food are mentioned as a fruits and vegetables which is available in the markets. It will done by different sensor with connected them in the IoT system. So it's a small description. If anyone have any doubt about the how to making this project, you can go to the material which is already been shared in the Discord group. So here's the four statements from the realities. Two are from augmented reality and two are from virtual reality. Here's the Sudoku solver. Here you have to make an AR system that can solve Sudoku pattern by seeing blank spaces or Sudoku puzzles. As a result, your system will show you the output and how to do that. Okay, so you have to like make a system who can automatically solve your AR, like sorry, your Sudoku. So you have to make through the Unity, but don't worry about that. We will provide you a roadmap how to do this and how to handle this kind of system. So now it is the AR based wristwatch. It's just kind of small description, like what is the main purpose of this wristwatch, and like you have to go through the WC website and check how what is the main purpose of this project. Here you have to make an AR system that can change the face of your simple wristwatch, like smartwatch effects on an ordinary watch. So you have cover on circle, maybe it depends on the dial of the watch, whether it's circle or square. You have to cover and circle of a particular watch and change its face by AR. I hope you understood how to done this project. Now here's the problem statements from the VR. Here's the two problem statements. First one is plant a botanical garden, and second is surroundings. Now, now, here you have to make a virtual garden environment where you can see some plants and their basic information. It will be good to add some objects like birds sitting on a branch on its information after seeing it, a fountain, or a kind of a beautiful sky. Try to add your own idea because this is a virtual world. So you could also make your own idea. You can also add some kind of some graphics element, some cartoon element in your own virtual world because it will be your own botanical garden. So you can go through it and don't worry about the how to do this. We will provide you materials on the Discord. So now here's the last
last one, which is from the virtual reality surroundings. In here, you have to like take a element from the real world and apply and enhancing your virtual world. I will tell you how. You have to take a view of 90 degrees of 4 different locations and display them in a single VR system as a contagious manner. Like you have to take 4 different things, which is can be of the 90 degree. So you will cover 360 all the 360 degree of your own environment, and you can observe some various things. And it would be better if at least two views could be video type. Like two views will not movie, but in the two views, rest of the two you will able to see like some of the moving as a kind of video. So here is the problem statement of from the hardware and XR division of the CyberLabs. If you anyone have if you have doubt, so you could ask in the chat box. Else don't worry about that. We will answer all of your queries in the Discord group. So this is all from the hardware and XR division. Now the graphics division will take the part.
Hello, everyone. Am I audible? Just write it in the chat. Okay, so now I'll share my screen. Just wait a second. Yes, so is it visible? Yeah, I think it is visible now, right? Just write it in the chat if my screen is visible or not. Am I? Yeah. Okay. My voice is clear, right? Visibility is okay, and okay. So these are the projects. So basically, there are four projects, and we have provided the basic steps in UI design also, just as a resource section. And these are the points which were already talked about in the workshop. So you can have a look at it, and you have to keep these points in mind while making these projects. So two of them are to design a website, and two are app design. So first one is favorite game website, and in this you have to design the official website of your favorite PC, console, or mobile game. And everyone obviously must be having a favorite game. And if you don't have, you can also pitch for a hypothetical concept. It's all up to you. And the features should be, it should contain a landing spot with feature highlights and a call to action button for download or play.
and all the updates, teasers, events, news, streams, tutorials about the game should be there, and there should be a detailed overview of the game, like skills, agents, powers, characters, whatever elements there are in the game. And also there should be a merchandise store of the game, and you can also customize the merchandise. If you're going for a hypothetical concept, then you have to make all of that. And social media links like Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, everything should be there, or a section of the social media links, and any other features that you consider necessary, any design element or something, you can go for it. And points that needs to be taken care of are the specific type and feel of the game should be reflected in the design. Like, it should not be inconsistent, right? Like, try to maintain the consistency of the design, consistency with the use of colors, typography, styling across the website. It should be visible, it should not be inconsistent, which will, because it really doesn't look good. And easy navigation across the website. The navigation should be user friendly, like the call to action buttons should be kept in mind, and everything that this will all come in the prototyping section, and that needs to be taken care of. And design at least 4 to 5 scrollable pages, because it is going to be a 1 month project and we expect you to design 4 to 5 scrollable pages. Obviously more is preferred. We'll keep some brownie point for that, but yeah, at least 4 to 5, that's the minimum. And these are the example projects, the links are given. I'll show you one, just wait a minute. Mm. Should be visible in a minute, just wait. Yeah, it's visible, I think. So this is a Behance case study, and it's the game is Valorant, I guess. I don't know much about it, but this is the main landing page, and the whole scrollable website is there. See, you can find it on the website, and everything is there. Like, the footer is designed, and although it doesn't contain the wireframing and everything, but you have to include that in your project, and you have to present your project in the form of a PDF, in which you can show all the steps of UI UX designing mentioned above in the final design. So yeah, so you have to present your project in the form of a PDF. Okay, so this was the favorite game website, and similar to this is the product launch website. This is also a web designing project. So you have to design the official product launch website for any electronic goods you like, and same goes for this. Like, you can pitch for a hypothetical concept too. And the features are also kind of similar. You have to design the landing page with the product showcase and the call to action button for buying. And the call to action button obviously changes, because that was for download, play, and there it is for buying. And the launch event details, buying options, product teasers, and all of the events, and everything should be there. And detailed overview of the project, product features, use cases, USP, versions, accessories, etc. And product opinions and expert reviews. Yeah, this is different. And social media links. Yeah, that's same. And any other features that you consider necessary. Yeah, and points that need to be taken care of. Yeah, this is also the same. Like consistency with typography, color, styling, and 4 to 5 scrollable pages. Again, that's the minimum. And here are also some example projects. Please go through this. And these are also Behance case studies, and you have to present your project in the form of a PDF. And then this is the app design project, uh, where you have to design a person-to-person payment app that makes transactions in cryptocurrencies. And the features that should be there are send receive currency to wallets, user profile and balance. Yes, that's important. And then interconversion between various currencies, chat feature with fellow peers, and any other feature that you consider necessary. And the points that should be taken care of in app design are the app is supposed to function in the physical domain, so the theme must be maintained all throughout. Yeah, the same. Consistency, like we also told you about in the workshop, consistency is really important. So here also consistency with colors, typography, styling, that should be across the app. And navigation, yeah, navigation, user experience, that is really important. And it's all about making the app or website user friendly, so the navigation should be easy. And yes, this is one new point, that design as many as screens as required to bring the fourth idea of the app. Minimum 8. Actually, there are a lot of screens designed while designing an app, so it may go up to 100, and but minimum should be 8. They're not telling you to, because it's going to be a 1 month project, so minimum is 8. Yes, we expect that much. And the example projects are, uh, let me show you one. Yeah, what it is. That was, wait. These all are Behance case studies, and you can find similar to these. We have picked some few for all of you. Yeah, this is a case study for app design. See, about the project is explained, and the typography and color palette, color selection, and the hash codes are also provided. And the fonts are also kept to a minimum. You can find all these principles while going through some courses which we have given in the Discord section. Discord. And this is the work timeline, like in the proposal you have to give. So you can also mention this in your final PDF, but it's not necessary. And user flow, yes, user flow, you have to mention it. Tells you like how the flow of the website or the app is going. And the lo-fi wireframes, these are the pen and paper wireframes which you first design. That's the first idea which comes to your mind. Then you design all these, then you implement these wireframes using Figma or XD. And you at that time you don't have to decide the color palette or typography, just uh, the overall wireframing. And then the final project comes. The individual pages are presented in mockups. And see, there are a lot of screens. Sign up, the home statistics, history. There are a lot of screens in app designing. So, and yes, this is a plus point of this project. Like they've also provided a dark mode version of the project. Yeah, I think it's visible. Yes. See, so the dark mode is also provided. And you can also add that, but it's not necessary. But it obviously makes it look good, the project. Yes. So that was this about uh, payment app, and the next one is also similar. Wait a second to share again. The last one is hotel booking app. Yes, this is also same design, a hotel room booking app, which should be specific to a certain hotel. And the features are a guide to all available modes of stay, deluxe, luxury, basic, etc. Interactive virtual tour of the hotel premises. Yes, you can add this. And offers, hotel highlights, geographical advantages, everything should be present there. And user profile with booking history, his user profile, and then in-app booking, scheduling, and payment, and any other features that you consider necessary. And the similar points also, the app has must reflect all the services clearly while making sure the screen is not cluttered, and the consistency, navigation, and minimum 8 screens. That is the basic. And let me show you one, the last Behance example of the hotel. Hotel booking. Yes. Yes, it's visible. So this is the Behance case study, and see about the app and wireframing. It has not included the pen paper wireframing, but if you'll add that, then we'll also get to know that you have your designing process, and also these are the wireframes. And style guide is including typography and color codes, hash codes, and all. They have used gradients and everything. User interface. Actually, they have not added the user experience part, but you also have to add that. In mockups, see individual screens, the room preview, then will come the sign-in screens, and then the hotel preview. All of the screens are there, and you also have to show them. See, in every app design project, there were more than 8 screens, so we also expect you to make that. And yes, that was all. And we have made it clear that you have to present your project in the form of a PDF, and in which you can show all the steps of UI designing. Also, one thing I would like to add. Okay, wait a minute. Yes, so this is a basic roadmap for the whole project. First, you have to show the understanding, which will include the user research part of the project, then the user flow navigation, which will include the sitemap and the user flow. And then comes the wireframing, basic designing the screens and wireframes, and then the designing part will include typography, designing of the colors, and styling of the whole app or website, and UI prototyping. Prototyping is also necessary, and it will be good if you can put in a video of the whole prototyping process, because prototyping mainly shows you what the app or website will look like or how it will function. Just so that will be really nice if you provide that. And that's it. You have to include these things in the project. And if you have any doubt, then you may ask now, because that was all. And yes, that was the 4 projects, and you can make any one of them. So this was the last division. So the session is going to end now, and you all are requested to join the Discord server of CyberLabs, and there you'll find all the resources regarding of every division. So that will really help you throughout the project. If you have any doubts, please ask it in the comment section. Otherwise, we are going to end the session. Okay, I think everything is clear, right?